lamp, and this video I'm going to show you how to build an armature for this lamp and explain the concept of forward and inverse kinematics. Okay, so here we have a lamp made of simple objects, just some cylinders and a cone here. So I'm going to start with adding an armature. So remember, I mentioned about rotation. You don't want to be creating armatures in the 3D space. It's better to do in the orthographic view. So I'm going to go to my side view, press number 3 for my side view. I'm going to put my wireframe, so I want to be able to see my shapes and where I'm going to put the bones. And I'm going to start in object mode, yeah, and I add an armature, yeah, so I can see. Sorry, 3, so oops, I can see my bone here. Okay, so I actually don't want the bone to be there. I want to start from here. Well, I could have one here, but I want to press G and move, and I'm gonna start here. This is going to be fixed on the floor, so I don't want any bone there. It's important not to scale. I mean, they'll say, oh, this is a bit small, so I'm going to scale. So don't scale the bone. You're going to cause a lot of problems. You don't scale. So you go to edit mode and you select the end of the bone and just press G and move up. Okay, I want this bone to be in the middle of that cylinder there, that's going to be my rotation there. So, and then I press E, put in the middle of the other one, so I extrude the bone and E, and I'll put this one here. Okay, so for now there's no parenting going on. I think I've only got the parent, I think the only thing that's parented is the cone here, the light bulb. Let's see if I rotate that. Yeah, so the light bulb is a child of that, so nothing is not connected to any bone, but it is a child of the cone. Right, so now I want to, what I need to do, as you can see here, I created armatures there, so I have armature, and then you have bone, bone 1, bone 2, yeah, one is the child of the other, yeah. So you can see that if I select the armature and then move, yeah, and select this one. So I need to be in a pose mode, so I select this one, rotate, yeah, so you can see. So now I'm going to attach the object to each bone. I'm not deforming anything. This is hard surfacing, so I want to make sure that this part of my lamp is going to be attached to this bone, and this one here, where there's rotation, is also attached. My cylinder is attached to that bone. So same as we did in the other exercise. Select the bone and shift click, select the armature, go to pose mode and select the bone and control P, command P if you're on the Mac, bone. And then you attach to the bone. So, I mean, you pair it to the bone. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this one with the same bone because it's still part of that bone. Sorry. Select this, select the armature, go back to pose mode and control P and bone. Okay, so the way you just test that, if you just move that, yeah, so now those two things are attached. So I'm going to do the same thing for the others. Notice I know I have to be going back there to object mode and pose mode. Pose mode, select the bone, shift B, bone. The same one for that one. Select this bone, control P, bone. Keep doing the same thing. again this one to this one. Oh, sorry, that one. Select the armature, pose mode, select this bone, Control P. Yeah, and finally this one I want to parent this one. Control armature, no, Shift armature, pose mode, select the bone, Control P, bone. And this one here I'm going to parent as well to the same bone. So I get the cone. I don't need to do the sphere there, the light bulb. Sorry, there you go. Pose mode, select this bone and Control P, bone. So let's test this. So I'm going to select this bone here. Yeah, it's working. And I select that one and it's working. Brilliant. Okay, so far so good. And yeah. So now it's all parented. So as you can see. So this is, let me just remove the wireframe for now. So it's X-ray because I want to be able to see the bones. So now I can actually then control the rotation. I can go to each bone and rotate the way I want. Yeah, so I can come here and so on. So I could animate that, which would be quite time consuming, quite difficult to control afterwards if I want to change, so on. So this is what we call forward kinematics. So I can go individually to each bone and rotate and control the object like that. The other way we can do is using inverse kinematics. Yeah, so this one is forward kinematics, and inverse kinematics works in a way that I choose one bone, which is the last bone, to control the rest, all the rotations for the previous bones. Yeah, so we have one object that's going to control all the rotations, and for that, in fact, I'm going to create a new bone here at the end to be my control. I could do is just this one, but it's good practice to create one just to be the control. So I'm going to go back to my edit mode. Let me put my wireframe here. So I'm going to select that bone and I'm going to extrude. And I'm just going to put it there like this. And I don't want this bone to be connected as I just want it to be the controller, not part of the armature. So I do Alt P to disconnect, to clear parent. So now I can move this bone. So it's just, I'm going to leave it there in the same place, but it's not connected, it's not part of the rig. So, and I'm going to call this. Now at the moment it's called bone 04. I don't want that. I want to call this IK control. Yeah, so now it's my control. So I'm going to come to the previous bone here and I'm going to add, you see, so now I don't want to be in edit mode, I want to be in pose mode now. So in pose mode, I can see this little bone constraint. So I click here and I'm going to add a bone constraint, which is inverse kinematics. So you do that. It created a line here. Yeah, I'll explain it in a minute. So the target, and let's select the target. The target is the armature. So the armature, and the bone that's going to control is our IK control. So I come here and IK control. So iterate 500, don't worry about that. Chain length is 0. Let's just do one thing. Just put a 1. Okay, so now this one is the controller. So I don't rotate that one. I just press G to move. This one is just going to move. So I move now and it's controlling that bone. It's controlling only one because I put that the inverse kinematics chain length is 1. So if I put 2, now I move this and it's controlling 2 bones. So let's continue that. 3, we'll do the 3. let's just do it. Yeah. And then as you can see, it's going to be a lot easier to do like that instead of rotating in forward kinematics one by one. So and that's it, we have it, right? So it's much easier. You can then animate this. So you just need to animate the position of this ball and the controller. What I want to do here, I want to be able to kind of select this easier, to make something that's different from the structure. So I could use any object to represent that. Let's still go back to object mode, and I'm gonna add a circle. So you can see I added a circle here somewhere, and it's there somewhere. Oh yeah, it's over there, as you can see. So now I want this in pose mode. I want to come here and I select this other bone. I think, where is it? I forgot where it is. Custom shape. Yes. Basically, I just can choose any shape that I want to be there. So I want the circle. So custom shape, and I'm going to decide that this is not going to look like a bone. It's going to look like a circle. So actually, I'm just going to select from here is the circle. I think I had another circle. The circle one is the same thing. So yeah, so that one is going to be, and I can rotate a little bit in X, so just to match. So like that. Yeah. So now, see that bone disappear, but it's just like there's a different look to it. So now I move that, and it's my controller. Okay. Brilliant. So now that's it for inverse kinematics. Yeah. So there's other things we see when we rig a character. There's one more thing that I want to show you in here, is to do with limiting some of the rotations. So I don't want I don't want all this movement. I just want to limit some of the rotation. So when you click the bones, this is quite important, because the rotation of the bones are quite important. So if I come down here into this object data properties, and I select that bone, I want to come down to viewport display and say show the axis. So see, this is quite important. You can see the axis of each bone. They do not correspond with the world axis. Each one has its own axis, and I can see now, for example, I don't want my bone, let's say, to accidentally rotate in the Y, for example. I just want that rotation down, up and down. I don't want rotation this side. Yeah, so it's in my my X rotation I want. So I can select this bone here. Let's just go to my side view. So what I mean is I just want to move in this direction, which is my X axis. So I come to this bone, select, and I go down to my bone constraint, add bone constraint, limit location. Okay, so it became green. So I can decide if I just can use move a certain angle, rotate certain angle, and the ones I cannot rotate at all. So I don't want to rotate in Y, and I think it's a limit rotation, limit scale. Yes. and Z. So I know now if I move this, that whatever I do, it's not going to rotate in that. It's only rotating in what X. If just to show you this, I'm just going to limit all the rotations here. So now if I move this guy here, it's not actually rotating anyway. Everything else is rotating, but not this one. Does it? Do you see it? Yeah. See, it's not rotating really. It looks like it is, but it's not. It's just fixed there. So I want to go back here and I want to unlock so I can now, yes, rotate. So I would do the same things with the other ones. So I limit, so I add a bond constraint, limit rotation, and this one I want to rotate, the one limit this. I could just add, if I don't want to go to the other side, I could limit, but for now I'm just going to limit the axis. So, and the same one with this one, limit rotation, Y and Z. Y and Z. And then if I come here now, yeah. If I go, yeah, I can move, but it's not rotating that bone. It's not rotating in any other axis apart from X. So even if I can move my thing that way and this way, but it's only rotating in X. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for now for this video. So I hope you learned something. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will be doing a lot more videos and bring more videos to you. And let me just come back to object mode, and yeah, so you can animate this object now. So mind you, in order to animate and to use inverse kinematics, you need to be in pose mode. Right? You can come down here and go there, and I to insert keyframe. Yeah, just created one there, and then to 40, and that 40 frames, and then you play, stop here, play. Okay, so that's it, and I see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.